The Nun. That was actually meant to be quite scary, but given the fact that it's time of day, I doubt it's going to be scary. Hi guys, I'm BeevDawg and this is the first film review coming at you on my channel, The Nun. This is where I burn my money so you guys don't have to. Depending on whether the film is good enough for you guys to buy on Blu Ray or whether you should just skip straight past it. So you guys, as you know, The Nun is set within the Conjuring universe. And it's basically an origin story of the demon, aka Valak, who poses as the nun. And the year is 1952. It's set before how the demon came about to then understand how it came to be in The Conjuring 2. There's three main characters, and you've got Father Dirk. He is sent by the Vatican all the way over with Sister Irene to a big castle where the demon lurks, and I'd say for comedic purposes there's a guy in there that basically lives on the outskirts of the castle. He's called Frenchie, and they go and meet Frenchie because they discover that one of the sisters that's based in the castle has basically made a sacrifice but looks like a suicide at the time, and it's all mystery from there. So let's start strong. The opening scene is one of the best parts of the film. You start off with the nun. You've seen a couple of tricks in The Conjuring 2 where the crosses are on the wall and then they turn upside down, and there's two nuns down a long corridor. All of a sudden one of them gets grabbed by the demon. There's like a key that she hands to the last nun that's alive in the castle. She then makes a run for it. She's running down this corridor and she's the last nun in the castle that the demon Valak it needs to possess in order to get out into the world. Now, just before he has the chance to get the nun, the last nun in the castle, she opens the windows and she decides to sacrifice herself so the demon can't possess her. Therefore, she jumps out of the window and she hangs herself. And for people that come across it, Frenchie, he then discovers, oh look, a suicide. But that's the synopsis of the film, and the greatest part of the film, you know, is the opening scene because it builds tension, it paces itself, and the actual scenery where it's shot in Romania, because it's actually shot there, all the scenes are perfect for the eeriness, the gothic horror aspect that the film is basically going for, that James Wan is actually hoping to capture, which he does quite well. Now, the other thing I want to point out here is there's a lot of horror films out there where, you know, you've got a demon haunting whoever, and generally I don't get frightened by horror films, but there's just something about this face on the nun that stands out. When I look at the nun, the aesthetics and the face, the way that the creators have done the makeup and the whole scenery of the nun, it just stands out. You look at the nun and you think, wow, that is creepy. Things take a recurring pattern. So think of when you, say for example, you're on a roller coaster ride on a ghost train, and you're going through the film on this ghost train, and every single moment you go into, there's a jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. And these jump scares are so frequent that you just expect them all the time. You don't get caught out, and that's where the film lets itself down. It doesn't build the tension that a good horror needs. It doesn't catch you off guard. When it jumps out at you, saw that coming, saw that coming. And I was really taken with The Conjuring 2. It had a story, it had a twist in it, it kept me invested all the time, and I was always, what's happening next? The Nun didn't really have a story. The demon, you know, once they got to Romania, they got to the castle, it's pretty much like cat and mouse. This demon was just toying with them, and it just went on and on and on. There was no pacing, and this is what let the film down. And then towards the end, it shows you how it ties up into The Conjuring 2. So guys, as this is basically a Blu-ray review and it's not straight out of the theatre, we're going to have a quick look at the box. So as you can see, the front, you've got the Nun. Then on the back, we've got down here a little synopsis, a few artist shots here. On the disc, there's chilling deleted scenes. And if we open the Blu-ray, comes with a disc inside. Nothing fancy on the disc, just a normal blue disc. Then you've got your download code right there. And that's for you guys to take on the go. So, let's give this film a rating. Let's tie it up. Now, we're going to have a unique rating system. My system. Now, if the film is terrible, then it will get a dog poop. If the film is not too bad, then it's going to have its Doog day. If the film is average, then it's the dog in the middle. See what I did there? And if it's good, then we're going to let you guys and say it's a Doog treat. And if it's absolutely fantastic and you need to not miss this film, then it's going to go on in doggy style. Concluding that then, we know that the Nun is a very scary demon, shot well, great sets. Fortunately, we've covered the fact that it's let down by a lot of jump scares. There's no build-up of tension, and it ends up like the general horror of this modern day and age, where you just keep not getting caught out and expecting it. This film, The Nun, is having its due. So that's it from me, BeevDawg. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, the review of the Nun, the Blu-ray version, not the theatrical version, then hit that like button down below, then scroll all the way to the left, hit subscribe if you want to keep on getting these videos, and if you want notifications, just put your hand in the air and ring that bell.